Good afternoon, everyone. It's April 2nd, and I'm wanting to talk to you a little bit this afternoon about the history of Polk County Senior Services. And as promised on Tuesday, I mentioned that I was going to be discussing the eligibility form for those that are wanting home delivered meals at a contribution basis. Those are kind of the two primary things I would like to discuss here this afternoon. And I first do want to say thank you to Avis Blaze for allowing me to be able to read a paper that she wrote many years ago when she herself was working in Polk County Senior Services. I found this document kind of around the time I started in September, and I've been wanting to share it with all of you, and this is being able to record this video. It's a great platform to just be able to read this so that many of you will be able to be reached with this history. And so we can kind of see exactly how Polk County Senior Services has started and now where we are today, and how it's really enriched so many lives and been able to take care of a lot of people. So thank you again, Avis, for allowing me to read this here this afternoon. History of Polk County Senior Services. Strasburg Senior Center opened their door for business in August of 1980. This beginning for Polk County Senior Services was the culmination of much ground-laying work by the Polk County Interagency Council and the Lincoln Area Agency on Aging. Shelby Senior Center began offering senior services and meals in their community in November of 1980. Polk followed with the grand opening of the Polk Senior Center in June of 1981. Osceola Senior Center, after months of remodeling, opened with congregate and home-delivered meals in their community in July of 1981. The establishment of senior center facilities in each community in the county was just the beginning for determining the needs for older adults in Polk County. Many volunteers were enlisted to assist with the development of their local senior center to meet the specific interests and needs for each community. This has resulted in each senior center being unique to their area, truly representing their community's interests and desires for senior services. Over the years, in-home services, transportation, congregate and home-delivered meal services, and recreation have been the backbone of each senior center in Polk County. The mission statement of Polk County Senior Services is to provide services that enhance and maintain an older adult's right to remain independent and in their own home as long as possible. Highlights for the senior centers over the years have been many. For the Strasburg Senior Center, a new addition and remodeling project to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act was completed in 1990. The Polk senior citizens worked for a new senior center building that was accessible for the disabled. This new senior center was built in 1988. Osceola Senior Center developed a 7-day-a-week home-delivered meal program with the cooperation of Annie Jeffrey Health Care Center. The Shelby senior citizens, working with their chamber and village board, built a senior community center with the village clerk's office housed in the senior center. The success and the development of a highly refined senior services program goes directly to the solid guidance and support the Polk County Senior Advisory Board and the Polk County Commissioners offer to this senior citizens program and their program manager. Demographics confirm that the number of older adults are increasing. As the cost of health care continues to rise, the need for in-home services continues to grow. It is the hope of this program that guidance and local support from the communities will assure a bright future for Polk County Senior Services. I'm sure that was a trip down memory lane for some of you. You can remember back when everything first started. I thought it was just a nice way to discuss senior services and how things started and how they are today. With meals continuing to go out as well as services and other programming. As many of you know, the meals are being provided throughout the week by the Midwest Covenant Home. The only thing that has changed now, instead of drivers coming and bringing the meals to the senior centers and then they package them and bring them to the home delivered participants, now during the week the meals are continuing to be provided by the Midwest Covenant Home, but they are packaged at the Covenant Home, and then the drivers come and take the meals directly to the home delivered participants. And then during the weekend, the Covenant Home prepares and then packages all the meals for the Strasburg home delivered meal participants. and then those are shipped out and dropped off by all the volunteer drivers. And then Osceola Good Samaritan provides meals that are prepared and packaged and then shipped out to all the home delivered meal participants by all the volunteer drivers. And so that is how we are operating now at this time during COVID-19. And really appreciate all the volunteers that really do make it possible, from all the towns that come and send their drivers to come and get the meals and then bring it to all the home delivered participants. Without them, we would not be able to do what we do. So thank you so much for all of you that do volunteer and dedicate your time in that area. I think that's kind of a good segue, talking about home delivered meal participants, is I want to discuss the home delivered meal program eligibility form. This form was given to me by Aging Partners out of Lincoln. They are one of our assets there in Lincoln that allow us to be able to receive funding for our meal program, and they also provide other programming and resources as well. But one of the things that they do is they give me a form that I am supposed to evaluate all of our home delivered meal participants to ensure that they continue to meet the eligibility requirements to receive a contribution basis meal. And so if people meet these certain requirements, they are asked to contribute toward each meal at a rate of $5.50. And that is just a contribution basis. So it does not mean that they have to pay a fee. They pay what they can afford. And so there are some people that can only afford to pay $2 to $3 a meal. Some can pay the full $5.50 contribution basis. And then there are those that through this form and me being able to perform this evaluation, if they need even further assistance, I'm able to connect them with another resource within Osceola. Her name is Amy Tice. She also works for Aging Partners, and she's been able to set up some of our home delivered meal participants with further financial assistance that actually pays for each of the meals that they receive. So that is the benefit of being able to connect with others and see if there's other benefits that they may be entitled to that they maybe didn't know that they had the opportunity to receive. But then there is also another avenue that if individuals do not qualify for a $5.50 contribution, they can just pay a flat fee of $7. So anybody could receive that type of service. So I had someone that I talked to the other day that we had to discuss the in-home evaluation, and since with COVID, this is a good segue too, with COVID-19, I don't have to actually go and physically visit an individual. I can actually perform the evaluation over the phone and ask them all the questions. So that's nice, is so that there's no risk of spreading anything, especially with COVID-19 going around. And so anyway, I was talking to this individual on the phone, and we went through the list of everything, and come to find out, this participant did not qualify for the contribution basis of home delivered meals, but she said that, I still want to go forward, and she would like to receive those meals, but she understands that it would be a $7 fee. So she would receive a bill for those meals rather than a contribution of whatever amount. So there is still that option for people to receive those meals wherever they might be. But to receive for the $5.50 contribution basis, here are the eligibility requirements, and I will be posting this online, but I thought I would read through it here just so that you're aware. It says age 60 and over and unable to attend a congregate meal program, or they're a spouse of an individual, an eligible individual, which is a person that's 60 years or older and unable to attend a congregate meal program, and they're incapacitated or disabled due to an accident, illness, or frailty, and unable to prepare meals due to limited physical mobility, inability to safely prepare meals, psychological or mental impairment, or lack of knowledge and or skill set or skills to select and prepare nourishing and well-balanced meals, and without support from family, friends, or community, other community-based services to provide them meals. In that one I was reading, it says unable to prepare meals due to their, and then I listed 4 of them. You only need to make 1 of them. It's not all when it talks about that specific section. And like I said, I will post this online so you can actually be able to see the physical form. And if there's anyone that you know, friends, family, that is needing this type of support and may qualify, please have them reach out. They can reach me at the Polk County Senior Services number at 402-764-2252, and I can discuss all of this over the phone with them. So I know a lot of people have reached out since I started, and I've been able to meet with individuals and talk to them about the eligibility requirements, and I've been able to bring some of them on with the contribution eligibility form. So please have people reach out if they are in need. That being said, I would like to conclude our video with a great joke. I found this today, and I'm going to be including it on the home delivered meal bags for tomorrow. That was a great way to end the week with a good joke. So here we go. It says, there was a woman that caught a train in from Frankston, and while she was waiting for the train to come, she noticed a man sitting down on the platform with a bag of fish and chips. But he wasn't really eating them. He was just sort of letting out the air. This attracted a few seagulls who began to circle the platform. Instead of shooing the birds away, the man offered them a few chips. He tossed one a foot away or so from him. It was like he was beckoning them to come closer. He kept doing this, letting out the chips slowly, until there was a big group of seagulls in front of him, about 15 or so, a tiny army. He'd throw them a chip every now and then, just enough to keep the birds interested. It was frustrating. They were getting angry, squawking. It was like he was rearing them up for something. Then the train came, and everyone got on. But the man stayed on the ground with his chips. Just when the train was about to leave, it happened. Right before the doors closed, the man threw the entire bag of fish and chips into the train. The entire flock of seagulls followed the bags, and the doors closed. Inside the train, pandemonium. The next train stop was 5 minutes away. That was a great joke to read to you this afternoon. I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. If you have any questions about anything I've read, or you need any support yourself, or you know of anybody else that needs support, please don't hesitate to reach out. My thoughts and prayers are with all of you during this time. We will get through this, and as always, the Lord is always watching over us each and every day. And as we come to Him in prayer, we understand that our words do not fall on deaf ears, that He hears our prayers. And so for this, I know I am thankful. And so, yes, I'm thinking and praying for all of you and everybody within our county and just the world at large. So thank you for this time. Be safe, be healthy. Bye now.